At what point is it cheating?
So I've been in this debate with 2 others for over an hour over Discord. Here are the arguments. Argument 1. There are established norms that state not to kiss, sleep with someone external of your relationship without your partner's permission beforehand. Argument 2. If you don't intend to hurt the person you're with, such as just wanting the physical touch, kissing and sex are fine. Argument 3. If it isn't explicitly stated otherwise, you can kiss, sleep with anyone.
Argument 1 is most correct, emo.
Arguments 3 and 2 sound like assholes who can't be loyal to a partner and made an excuse to get away with it, law.
It's cheating when you break your agreement with your partner. Open conversation and communication are key.
Argument 1. Definitely. The other 2 are straight up cheating unless it is a previously established open relationship. If you wouldn't do it in front of your partner, you shouldn't be doing it.
Open relationships are declared. Closed relationships are assumed. Not the other way around. It's that simple. Unless you're in some weird religion where having 9 wives is normal. When you don't want your partner to know, you could literally just be texting your coworker asking how their day went. If you're deleting the text so your partner won't see, you're already there.
Argument 0. It's cheating even if you didn't have physical contact. I.e., texting someone else, "I love you," or anything romantic like that, or even not romantic, and you're keeping it a secret from your partner.
Most people are agreeing with 1, not unsurprisingly. I'd put it this way: if you know, or could reasonably be expected to know, that kissing sex with someone else would hurt your partner if they knew about it, you are cheating. If it's not explicitly stated that kissing sex with other people is okay, you can reasonably be expected to understand that it would hurt your partner if they knew about it. Also, it doesn't really matter what semantics you apply to your definition of cheating anyway. Are you going to argue them out of being hurt or dumping you? All the negative effects of cheating still happen if you don't call it cheating. So what do you gain from telling yourself you didn't cheat other than self-delusion?
Anything you have to hide from your partner is cheating. Argument 1 is the most common. That being said, if you want something else, then have that conversation with your partner. Assuming it's fine to just sleep around as the default is a quick way for a relationship to end and to be labeled a cheater. So 2 is cheating is based on intent, not actions? How many people cheat with the intent to hurt the other person? They wouldn't hide the fact they slept with someone else if they didn't know that doing so would hurt the other person. If you are in an exclusive relationship, then 1 is the only correct answer. If you want something other than that, then discuss that with the other person. The whole point of being in an exclusive relationship is that certain things, kissing, sex, intimate conversations, dates, are exclusively between the 2 people in the relationship. 3 would only apply if you have not discussed and agreed that you are in an exclusive relationship.
Cheating is doing intimate things that you and your partner shared. Even flirting is a way of cheating, as long as you know how it feels to be in your partner's shoes. You can't justify any reason at all. Cheating in different aspect emotionally and physically is the same. GIF emote free emotes pack disapproval.
If you are with someone exclusively, calling each other boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner, whatever, the expectation would be number 1 unless otherwise discussed.
1 is probably the default most often and assumed. But everything in a relationship should be discussed, especially boundaries. Some couples are okay with more than nothing. But generally, if you haven't already been given permission and it's something you want to keep from your partner, you should not be doing it.
Let me know the ones who are making arguments 2 and 3 so I can stay well clear.
1 is normal, 23 are just immoral, immature, cowardly sluts, law.
I get 3 and feel that it depends on the relationship. Like if you are still super early into it or lack the exclusivity, it's fine. 1 is most right for like 90 of relationships. 2 is the most middle ground, and as someone who usually prefers being neutral, I would probably agree with this one. But it really does depend on the relationship. 1 should be the default. Argument 1 is the only decent one, emo.
Cheating will be defined differently by each couple and should be discussed as people bring their own experiences and perspectives. However, I would estimate that most people would default to argument 1. I mean, if I am dating someone but we are not exclusive yet, but I can tell they are really into me and assuming I am just seeing them, even that feels like cheating sometimes. So rule is to always discuss early on and align.
The other two options sound like excuses.
Definitely number 1 for me. You can have an open relationship and still cheat. It's about consent, communication, and trust.
If you're seeking out participating in a physical or emotional romance with someone besides your established partner, it is cheating.
The two people in the relationship establish the boundaries that constitute as cheating. For instance, I told my BF that following an OnlyFans or sexual Patreon is cheating to me. Some women are perfectly fine with it, so long as their partner doesn't converse with the sex worker.
Argument 1 is correct unless the relationship has terms and conditions which deviate from the norm. Some people have open relationships for various reasons, others have less restrictive thoughts regarding what happens outside of a monogamous relationship. But personally, I'm with argument 1100.
I think number 1 is the norm. Outside of that, it should be talked about, not the other way around. You can start from number 3 and talk backwards.
1 is the closest. The other two are just people making excuses and trying to convince themselves.
Argument 1 is maybe but still emo unless it's like family or something like that. The other two are deranged, especially 3.
1 is monogamous.
2 is trying to find an excuse to cheat.
3 is a cheater. Unless you make your relationship clear it's open poly, then it's monogamous, and doing something outside of that is cheating. Also, before entering a relationship you should make your important goals clear: dating for long-term, monogamous versus poly, etc. That's just the courteous thing to do. Either way, not a fan of the opinions of 2 and 3. 2 just sounds dumb to me, emo.
It's not about physical contact, it's about betraying your partner's trust. Even just texting or going to lunch can be cheating if in your heart you know you're gonna have to lie to your SO about it. It's all about trust.
If you don't explicitly have an open relationship, and you do anything intimate with someone that isn't your partner, it's cheating.
Argument 1 by default. Argument 3 would be a communicated alternative which kinda defeats the argument, I guess. Argument 2 doesn't make sense to me. I can either interpret it as long as you don't assault or rape your fling you're fine, or, as long as you don't intend to hurt your GF wife you're fine. I guess the second one kinda makes sense, but in reality it would be considered cheating unless it's a discussed poly relationship. Argument 1 fair and correct. Argument 2 absolute bullshit. It's not about your intention of not hurting, it's just about if your partner would feel hurt if they find out. If the answer is yes, you are an asshole. If the answer is no, you could only know that by asking which is argument 1. Argument 3 even more horrendous idiocy. There are set nonverbal rules in every relationship. If this argument would hold true, we could all beat our partner to crap one time because they might not state at the first date that they don't enjoy getting their head kicked in.
It depends on the status of your relationship. I don't think it needs to be explicitly stated that kissing or intimacy with someone other than your partner is cheating. But for other things, it's a little more nuanced, like flirting I think is something that has to be stated if your partner would be uncomfortable with that. Or staying with someone of the preferred gender. Blah blah blah. Yeah, it's all about communication. It's as simple as, if it feels like cheating at a glance, it's cheating.
1 is the most common definition. 3 can make sense, depending on the timeline of the relationship. You went on 3 dates in a month, and have another date scheduled but you never discussed exclusivity? It's not cheating. 2 is just cheating.
Cheating is crossing the boundaries of your partner with another party. Physical touch may not be cheating to one couple, but it may be the end-all be-all to another. It depends on what their relationship dynamic is.
It is cheating if you believe that if your partner saw or heard you doing what you are doing, and you are doing so voluntarily, and it is clear that you are choosing to do it for your own personal satisfaction, and it is reasonably expected that they would be upset with you and looking to end their relationship with you because of those actions. For some people, this is explicitly sexual activity. For others, it can be lying in general, and yet for others, it can be just entertaining the idea of not being monogamous or affiliating with non-monogamous individuals.
Married over 30 years, and my definition is anything I have to think about twice. If I cannot tell my wife, it is just wrong. I am far from a choir boy but do know what a successful marriage is.
It's cheating when you violate established rules for the relationship, regardless of the rules, unless they are impossible or a human rights violation. Cheating is subjective and can only be defined by the parties involved.
Any exchange of fluids is cheating. The 2 and 3 are the kind of thing where if my partner told me they subscribed to them, I would break up immediately. Being someone's GFBF implies monogamy. That would mean that engaging in sexual conduct with someone else is cheating. If someone wanted a poly relationship, they need to say so prior to becoming BFGF, although to not waste people's times, it really should be before the first date.
Argument 1 is closest to me and my spouse's definition. However, we don't view actual physical contact as a prerequisite for cheating. For example, sexting, sending nudes, or developing an inappropriate emotional relationship with someone can also be considered cheating. Cheating is gaining someone's trust, then betraying it. It's pretty simple. Would your partner be mad if they found out about it? If yes, it's cheating.
If you are in a relationship, there is only one. That is a part of being in a relationship and deciding what boundaries are suitable for the people involved. Communication is key. 2-3 are only acceptable if all parties involved find this to be acceptable. Open relationships are fine if everyone involved find it to be acceptable. I shouldn't have to explain what I deem to be cheating to my wife and vice versa. If you are 2 or 3, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Period. Just don't cheat. It isn't that hard. Been married almost 37 years and have never cheated on my wife. If you are in a relationship that is monogamous, and you have both agreed explicitly to be monogamous, then not only are kissing sex cheating in my mind, but so is emotional intimacy. If you are polyamorous, then cheating will be defined differently.
Arguments 2 and 3 are just copes to justify shitty behavior.